everyone, I'm Rumbidzai Takawira. Thank you so much for joining us. So today, I have the opportunity to interview one of Zimbabwe's, arguably Africa's most talented Afropop artist as he releases his brand new album, Sara Ugarike. Q Montana tells us a little bit more about himself, a little bit more about the album, what he's been doing, where he's been, what he's been up to, and why he's been a little bit quiet for a bit. So stay tuned, sit back and relax as we take you through his latest offering, Sara Ugarike. Stay tuned. So now I'm here with the man himself, Q Montana, as he takes us through his latest offering, Sara Ugarike. Q, how are you, man?
I'm well, thanks, Rumbi. How are you?
I'm good. Well, you're looking pretty fabulous.
Thank
You're
you.
making me feel out of place. But
Not at all.
you know what? Let's talk about you right now. It's all about you. You've been looking on point lately. Who's been dressing you? What's been going on?
I got lucky a couple of weeks ago, and I got endorsed by House of Gentlemen.
Oh, wow.
So every event that I go to, everywhere I am, if I'm doing interviews and everything, they make sure I'm looking good and sharp. So yeah, big up to them. Yeah.
Well, big up to House of Gentlemen there. Now let's talk about why we are here. Sara Ugarike, your latest album.
Yes.
After a little sabbatical, what has been happening? Where were you? Why were you quiet for a bit?
Well, for years I produced albums. I did 4 albums. There was Neo Vector, Sweet Pain, Untamed, Strings Attached. Then I got an opportunity with Cool Spot in SA. They signed me for about 5 years. And then I had to go and stay in South Africa for a while. And my music sort of died this side in Zimbabwe. And then after I came back, that's when I decided to maybe take a sabbatical, just look around and see what's happening. Because when I came back, the whole music scene had changed a lot. So, I needed time to find out what's happening. And after I did that, that's when I decided to drop Sara Ugarike.
So now that you've dropped Sara Ugarike, what would you say are some of the attributes that you saw that are happening out there that made you then use some of the methods that you used to record this new album?
Lots. I learned a lot of stuff in the South African market, truth be told. They are a little bit ahead of us here in Zimbabwe. So I took some of that stuff that I learned and now I infused it in my music. So what you're getting in this new album, in this new offering, is something a little bit more than just the Q Montana that you used to know. It's a whole new mature sound from what it was. But obviously, to make it relevant to the local market, if you listen to every song that's on the album, it's more of a social commentary of what's happening, in our society. Also,
you'd say most of your music has been affected and motivated by what's been happening in society.
Definitely.
And in your life as well?
Yes. I always try to just sing about things that relate to people. I try not to get very personal with the music, because, for me, when I'm sharing the music, I'm like living different people's lives in the music as well. So when I'm singing to you, you must relate to it. I should sing to Rumbi, I should sing to everyone else. So that's why I make sure I cover everyone. What
would you say is your favorite song? Is it Sara Ugarike, or do you have a favorite song on your album, or pretty much all of them are your songs?
That's a tough one, because when I was trying to even identify the song that we can maybe have as the main track, the title track, we just ended up selecting Sara Ugarike because most people were choosing that song. But as for me, I was struggling because I love all the songs. All of them are different. It's not one of those albums where you listen to one song, you go to the next, it's sounding the same. No, it's so different like that.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about that infusion. Is it a jazzy feel? Does it have a rock feel? Just tell us a little bit more about what kind of sound is on this new album.
Okay. It's basically Afro pop, but I've tried this time not to limit myself or to confine myself to one genre. I'm a musician. I'm not really a jazz, or I don't want to be classified as someone who does one genre. So you find that I can be doing something that's very African, then after that you hear some Passada feel on it, and then you hear some R&B here and there or something like that. That's what you're getting, but obviously there's always that signature mark that you won't miss, that this is Q.
Well, I'm kind of really biased towards your music because I grew up with you. I know you a little bit more. We were at church together. Just tell us a little bit more about how you transitioned from playing at church, because I remember you playing the bass guitar at church, and I think that's how you started your music career. Just tell us a little bit more how it then ended up becoming this professional type of feel.
Well, you know how it is. So for so many artists, all of this starts in church for some reason,
And then you stop coming to church?
I never stopped.
Okay. Fine.
I started playing the guitar when I was 7 years old. My brother taught me. He's now in the UK. From there I learned to play the keyboards, the acoustic guitar and things like that. So by the time I turned 19, I think that's when I turned professional. I was playing for Takawira Sando then. Moved to Africa Revenge, to do Manenga, Andy Brown, and a whole lot of other artists. I was trying to grow in the music. And then after that, that's when I think in 2005, that's when I released my debut album, Neo Vector, yes. So fortunately, that actually went to the charts, and it hit the top spots, which was pretty amazing for me because that was my first album. Then from then we kept producing stuff.
Well, you just did speak about working with so many artists. How is it for you to be working with so many renowned artists? And do you have any artists that you are willing to be collaborating with in the near future?
It was great actually because I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for those people. Every artist is important because you learn something from them. The stuff that I learned from the late Andy Brown, guitar playing and things like that. You can even find some attributes of his music in the new album as well. Takawira Sando, Africa Revenge, we did that Wowanga thing. And then, but you still find traces of all of that music in the new music now. So, I do attribute my musical success to all of them. I think I would say that.
Would you want to collaborate? Do you have any specific artists that you would want to collaborate with in the near future?
Yeah, obviously the idea of doing collaborations has always been on my mind. That's why I've done collaborations already. I've done stuff with Bruno Migliari from Brazil. I've done stuff with Dadu Manzanga from DRC. Even locally, I've done stuff with Willis Watafi and different other people. Even on this latest offering, I did a song with Taurai Mandevia. So, I look forward to doing more of those. There's no specific person yet that I'm targeting, but yeah.
Well, sounds interesting. I look forward to hearing more about this. And you say you have a live DVD recording.
It's coming out. We're doing that live DVD recording end of July. It's going to be hot, trust me. That's going to be my first big show after coming back. So everything that I was talking about, everything that I learned, everything that I'm saying, our music is matured to, people can come and check it out on that live DVD.
So it's going to be fire. I'm definitely going to be there.
You better be.
All right. Thank you so much for giving us this time to just find out a little bit more about what you've been up to.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That was Q Montana with his latest offering. Of course, you can get some of his music on this number that's just scrolling at the bottom of the screen. So feel free to check it out.